Good morning, students. Today we'll be starting our first class for economics, and I'm teaching you from last year book. If you're having new year book, you can study from that. But I'm teaching you from last year book. Mostly the points are same. The chapters are same in the last year book as well. So the first chapter which I'm going to teach you is theory of demand. Theory of demand. Now, before I'll start the chapter, I'll just let you know that I'm teaching you according to the syllabus, the points which is in the syllabus. As you know, ICSE has reduced the syllabus, so I'm going to teach you according to the new syllabus. The first thing which we are going to discuss today is the chapter number first, that is elementary theory of demand. This is the chapter which we are going to start and which we are going to discuss today. So the first thing which we are going to discuss today is meaning of demand. Now, what is the meaning of demand? What demand is? Now, demand is what? Now, whenever I'll ask question, student used to say that demand is our wish. No, demand and wish is two different things. Basically, demand is something and desire is, you can't mix demand with desire in economics. Demand is what you want. You are having all the resources to buy that thing or to have that thing. And desire is something that you wish to have, but you're not having all the resources to have this or to use this or to get that commodity. For example, my demand is to have a simple alto car. Now, it's a demand because I can have that car, right? So I'm having resources to get that car. So that is why that is my demand. Because I'm having resources, I'm having that much capability, I'm having that money that I can buy that car. But if I wish that I want to buy a Mercedes or Rolls Royce, now that is my wish, right? Are you getting my point? Wish is something you just, you just want to, but you're not having that resources to fulfill that wish. That is desire. So, your book says, what is the meaning of demand? In ordinary sense, the term desire, wants and demand have the same meaning. Therefore, they are used interchangeable. That's commonly they are telling, we use desire, want and demand. We treat these words in a very common way, like we mix them. If you have some desire, we'll say, okay, I demand that. Now, in economics, desire is something we wish to have, and want is something we are capable to buy that. So this is what the difference between demand and desire. Demand is you want something or you are having that resources to get that thing, but desire is you just wish to have. Now, I wish to have that I'll stay with the I'll meet my celebrity stars. That is just my wish. Okay. My want is I want to go and meet my relatives. Okay, this can be happen. Though nowadays, even this meeting my relatives is also a desire, because nowadays we can't go anywhere. We are locked in our homes. But anyways, basically the demand is something we can have it. We can have resources to get that. And desire is something we just wish to have. Okay. So, and when want will become demand? When a person is ready. Though want is something he wants and he are having resources of that. But when that want will become demand? When the person is ready to purchase. Okay. Thus, the term demand is made to show the relationship between the price of a commodity and the quantity of a commodity, which is consumer want. So, basically, demand is what? Related to price. Demand means In a simple terms, demand means the quantity of commodity or service that a consumer is willing to buy at now. Demand, what thing you call a demand? A thing which you are ready to buy, or the thing which you are having resources, you have money to buy that resource which is available in the market, that thing can become a demand. Now basically there are 3 points. If a thing is called a demand, you need to have 3 main features. First, demand always means effective demand. Effective demand means it should have proper it should available in the market, it should available in the, then it should have you should have purchasing power and willingness to spend. Then only you will create the demand as a demand. A desire cannot be considered as a demand. Demand is always have a certain price. A thing can only become a demand when the thing is having a price. If the thing which is not, if I'll say I want to buy a moon, it's not a demand because it doesn't have a price. Demand makes no sense unless it is stated in terms of price. For example, you may be willing to buy a shirt only if it is available at 500 each. You may not demand it all if it's priced at 600. Now basically our demand is related to our price. As I told you, if you are having resources, then only you'll treat that demand as a demand. If you are having, for example, they are telling us, they have taken the example of a shirt. You are having 500 rupees and you want to buy a shirt. Now that is a demand. But when you went to the shop and you have seen that the shirt is of 600 price, you may not demand it because that price is very high and you have only 500 rupees. Then moreover, demand is different at different prices. You may purchase 2 different prices. You may purchase 2 shirts if they are available at 400. Now when you saw that the shirt is of 400 rupees, then what you thought? Okay, I'll buy 2 shirts. Now again your demand is different. When you have seen the price, again you have changed the mind and you have bought 2 pieces of shirts. So basically demand in simple terms is related to the price. Okay, I'll just tell you the relation between demand and price. Relationship between if price is high, demand will become low, and if price is low, demand will become high. This is the relationship between price and demand. This is what the meaning of demand is. When the price of a commodity rises, the demand falls, and when the price of a commodity falls, demand rises. Let us take the example of this again. Demand means the quantity of a commodity or service that a consumer is willing to buy at a given price and at a given time. We have to express here the quantity demanded with reference to price and time. As I told you, prices should be there. For example, if we say that a household purchases 3 liters of milk per day, 40 liters per liter, 3 liters of milk per day at 40 rupees per liter, then 3 liters of milk will be called a demand because it has all the 3 essentials of demand, namely quantity, price and time. Now they are telling if a person is ready to purchase milk, if a consumer is purchasing milk, 3 liters of milk per day, now that is called demand. Why? Because the person is purchasing milk, the price is mentioned, the time is mentioned because the person is purchasing daily, and price is mentioned, quantity is mentioned, price is mentioned, and time is mentioned. So this is called a demand. On the other hand, if we say that a household purchases 3 liters of milk, it will not be called demand because it has no reference time and price of a commodity. Now, on the other hand, if we'll say that the person has purchases 3 liters of milk, now that is not a demand. Why? Because they have not mentioned the price, they have not mentioned the time when that person has purchased, whether he is going to purchase or he will purchase, nothing is mentioned. So this cannot be treated as demand. So I hope now you get to know what demand is. Demand needs three things. Features of demand. First, price should be there. Price should be there for demand. Second, time should be there, that yes, the person is going to buy today, tomorrow, or afterward. Basically, time should be there when the person is going. And quantity, how much the person is going to buy. The person cannot say, okay, as much as you want. If you're going to for a shopping, and if you want to buy a something, for example, if you're going to take some ration for your house, and what you'll say, you take list and you put the quantity. Okay, this much sugar I want, this much flour I want. Excuse me. Right? Or you simply go to the shop and say, okay, how much, it's your wish, how much you want to give, you can give. No, it's not like that. Na, you took money with you, you see the price, then you fix the time. Okay, this time I'm going to, you have particular time, then you, when you'll go to the shop, and then you'll see the quantity. And how you'll judge the quantity? With price, right? Excuse me. You'll fix the quantity according to the price. If, for example, if you went to buy ice creams, okay, if you went to buy ice cream and you have 200 rupees, and you got to know that in 200 rupees you went to the market to buy one packet of ice cream, right? And you're having 200 rupees. And when you went to the market, you have seen that in 100 rupees you're getting one ice cream, and in 200 rupees you're getting two ice cream. So what you'll do? Because the price of maybe the offer is going on, maybe the price of ice cream falls, what you'll do? You purchase two. So your quantity has been changed. Or maybe sometimes that you'll just buy only one ice cream and you'll buy with that money something else. So my point is, quantity depends on the price, right? If price is low, your demand will rise. Your demand will rise means your quantity of purchasing that commodity will rise. And if your excuse me, and if the price of a commodity is high, your demand will fall. So this is what demand is. Now the next point is individual demand and market demand. Now what is individual demand and market demand? In simple words, I'll explain. Individual demand is demand of individual consumer. In economics, we could treat consumer as a household. So individual demand means demand of individual household, means one household. And market demand is demand of all the household, means all the consumers in the market. Individual demand and market demand. Individual demand or household is the basic decision maker regarding consumption of a commodity. It takes decision about what to buy and how much to buy. The quantity of a commodity that an individual household is willing to buy. See, the quantity of a commodity that an individual household is willing to buy at a particular price during a specific period is known as individual demand. Means the particular quantity when individual single consumer is buying at a particular price. Means, for example, Mr. X or Mr. Ram is buying one piece of shirt or two pieces of shirt. This is called individual demand. For example, they have taken Rajesh is willing to purchase 3 kg of milk at a price of 40 per kg every day. It is individual demand because Mr. Rajesh is buying, a single person, an individual consumer is buying this much quantity of milk at this price, and that also daily. Time is mentioned, price is mentioned, and quantity is mentioned, and the person, single person is there. This is called individual demand. On the other hand, what is market demand? Market demand is when all the consumers or households in the market, means in the particular area, for example, all the people, all the consumers of Hapur area are willing to buy a particular commodity at a particular price, that is called market demand. Are you getting? Single individual demand when one consumer is buying at a particular price, and market demand is when all the consumers of particular area, I'm taking the example of Hapur area, all the people of Hapur area are ready to buy the quantity, are ready to buy the product at particular price and at particular with particular quantity. For example, there are 3 consumers of milk. They have taken 3 people now. Earlier they have taken one single consumer. Now they have taken 3 people, Rajesh, Vishal and Pratyush, in the market, whose individual demand at a price is 40 per kg, 3, 2 and 1 liter. So they have, the price is 40 per kg and Rajesh is ready to buy 3 and Vishal is ready to buy 2 and Pratyush is ready to buy 1 liter per day. So total demand of a market will be 3 for Rajesh, 2 for Vishal and 1 for Pratyush, added to 6. So the total demand of market demand is 6 liter. So this will be considered as market demand, because you are calculating, you are adding the demand of 3 people now. That is known as market demand. Here we were taking care of demand of single person, single consumer, that is individual demand. Now market demand, in market demand you are adding the demand of 3 people, 3 households. That is known as market demand. Okay, now I'll not